We're in Austin, Texas. I'm gonna deliver to you the G-Bombs salad. And sometimes I write little songs to remember the lyrics. And Antoine Stanley's here with us. The only difference between Antoine and a hook machine is you plug a hook machine in. Okay? And they're doing the 7-day Whole Foods plant-based immersion. Big salad for lunch. Salad is the main dish, not the side dish. Yes, remember that, okay?
Can you go into theater mode?
The G-Bomb special from Rabbi Fuhrman, direct to you.
Rabbi Firm, dude.
Rabbi Firm,
This green BK baby kale is mine.
Baby kale?
Bit of green.
Unlimited quantity. Cruci green. Okay, that's the G. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, nuts, and seeds. Do a little more BK. This is where
Joe
you
is
need
filming,
your fat
right?
peel, avocado.
He must
Slice
be.
it up.
Or Woody?
Woody.
You can mash it right in there. They're not going to teach you this.
Poor Joe.
Right in there. Yeah. 2 forks and a knife. That's what you need. 2 forks and a knife. 2 forks and a knife is all you need. You hit it right. Bring the camera up. We're gonna hit the avocado with some aged balsamic. And looking like the aged balsamic vinegar. I got taken to the cleaners at Whole Foods, but Trader Joe's has a $5 gold. That's the play. Only $5? You can't do that. All right, so we got our G. We need some B's, some bombs. We're going chili garbanzos, no salt added. Chili! Chili! Just a half a cup. Just a half a cup. Regularbeaneater.com. G-B.
No longer live, by the way.
Thinly sliced red onion. Thinly sliced red onion. How thin can I get it? How thin can you get it?
That's your dad when he cuts onions too. He's like, they have.
He's like, how thin can you get it?
That'll do it. Yeah. Onions raw, mushrooms cooked. Onions raw, mushroom cooked. Some cooked mushrooms, keep them in the fridge, whatever. So easy. G-O-M-B, G-Bomb. Berries, this is the fun one. I don't know if it's a berry. Pomegranate seeds. Generous. This is our iron. This is your 8K. Generous. Generously. You spend some extra money on pomegranate seeds? Okay. Maybe we should all think about spending more money on what we put into our bodies, huh? I like that.
I like that. Preach.
Relax.
The real MVP. Yeah.
Blackberries?
Whatever berries you got. Yeah. Then, boom. Just a handful of pistachios. For that absorption, you know, you need those. You need that absorption of the cruciferous green. Comprehensive nutritional adequacy. Comprehensive nutritional adequacy. Slice of lemon and just douse it. Oh, just douse it. For that 16K, we need those 16K, that Max Martin radio frequency.
16K.
And then we mix it. Antoine, tell him. I had a dream vision for a menu that was so sweet. It contained G-bones. It contained G-bones. Main dish, not a side dish. Main dish,
Not a side dish. It's a main dish.
Not a side dish. It's a main dish. Not a side dish. It's a main.
I see God. G-bones. G-bones. On the one. The G-bones.
Salad goes flying.
Oh, I gotta say that's probably one of the more entertaining live streams. Short live streams.
Short.
You know, I think short live streams are key and underplayed, underdone, undercooked, under everything, because a short live stream means you got to have connection to your audience, and your audience has to have immediate reciprocation, which means if they're driving on the freeway, if they're working, if they're doing a shift, if they're in a meeting, I have to tune in. You know what I'm saying? The shorter your live stream, the more engaged your audience has to be for that live stream to be successful. This
Successful.
It accomplishes a lot. You know, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's informative, and it's trying to change the status quo.
And that's why we love the boys.
That's why we love the boys, and that's what led us. I think this thing is falling down a lot. Let me tighten that. And I think that's why we wanted to do this special podcast. Woo! And what is this podcast called?
It's called the TCCP Nutrition Edition.
Nutrition Edition, my dude.
And it is exploring Dr. Joel Fuhrman and Dr. Dean Ornish. Oh? This is the scariest Vulf tag I've ever heard.
Let me do it again. Sorry.
It's like Phantom of the Opera. If it did like the Vulfpeck tag.
There we go. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Danny Wood, don't comment on that. Oh, sorry. I'm so rusty.
There we go.
Bringing in some of that snarky puppy, y'all.
So we're starting off today's podcast with an exploration into first Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Then we have a Theo Katzman filled intermission here.
So, before we go to this rundown, it's the Nutrish Edish.
It's the Nutrish Edish, yeah.
Right, it's the Nutrish Edish, and for the audience, I can't make that an ish word. But for the audience, this is, how would you more broadly, in a shtick format, describe this podcast? What are we doing? What's the objective? What's the goal? What are we going to learn? What are we going to take away?
Yeah, so we're exploring Jack's Vulf adjacent nutrition legends, his icons of nutrition.
Right. Vulf adjacent.
Vulf adjacent.
Right.
Yeah. And the reason why they are so Vulfy is because Jack has DJ Bean,
my dude.
DJ Dean Ornish.
Yes.
And so that was a play on words for Dr. Dean Ornish, who we'll be talking about today. And then also we'll be talking about Joel Fuhrman, which was the person who created G-Bombs, which was this short little live stream that we did our intro to.
Bombs.
Yeah.
But it's much more than just a live stream that Vulf did.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, as people know, they've probably seen online, Dr. Dean Ornish actually did a Vulf TED Talk at Berkeley, and we'll be watching a little bit of that today.
That's right.
And these are just some really cool nutritious dudes that we're going to be talking about.
Yep.
And we also are going to be watching the Cooking with Katzman segment that was put up on the Vulfpeck for our intermission. So if you haven't seen that, stick around. Yeah.
Wow, this is a action-packed week that's not really even music related, which I love.
It is, but it isn't.
It is, but it isn't, and that's why this podcast is such a dynamic force in the podcasting sphere that we may get only 30 views, but hey. Those 30 people are some damn
of the viewers,
lucky people. That's right, because they get to have this content in their lives. You know what I mean? And I think anytime, and Ornish and Jack would probably love that we would,
Fermi
and Firm. If Firm easily gets eclipsed by Ornish.
Yeah.
Because like my mom even knew about Ornish. My dad even, like random people that I talk to, I'm like, have you heard of this Ornish guy? Oh, I think I remember him from the 80s, 90s, what. And he's been doing it for 40 years. What does that guy know? Right? You know what I mean? And I think it's good to take a brief step back from a music heavy, what would normally be a music heavy podcast into something that I definitely would benefit from learning.
We all would.
And I think we've all kind of learned. I mean, if you follow Vulf in the Vulf sphere at all, you'll probably come across Ornish and Fuhrman in some way. Yeah. And I think that they're what we see in the Vulf sphere is only in the tip of the iceberg. And this week the ship is going to crash directly into it just see how large that iceberg is.
I think we should have a different metaphor.
It's proverbial.
I think we should have a different metaphor. So
I think it works perfectly.
It's not a ship crashing into it, but we're a submarine going underwater to explore the mass that is under.
No, there's devastation. There's death.
Oh my God! No.
I mean, look at the whole meat industry. This is what we're going to learn, right? And that's all devastation and death.
Really
it takes
bad.
14 times more energy, which we'll probably learn, to produce a single gram of meat protein than it does a single gram of non-meat protein. And there is death and destruction there.
Yeah.
And look at my Hollywood ass being so liberal on this podcast. I love it. Well, I think it's a great week. We can take a break from music and learn about nutrition, something I definitely need some benefits from. And maybe you do too, but I definitely need to, stop wearing shirts that say tasty on it. You know what I mean? I did it for the show, tasty, nutritious, how clever.
I just realized.
Right. And by the way, they gave these shirts out at work, because we used to work at BuzzFeed and they own Tasty. And this shirt comes across as like, I'm tasty.
Yeah, no, it's
you know
company.
What I mean.
Yeah.
It's the top down food cooking video tasty. I'm not tasty.
Yeah,
I mean, some may think. Some may think I'm tasty,
but okay, we're changing it.
Okay. Nutrition Dish here on the Conscious Podcast. Oh, by the way, we are the #1 podcast on Vulfpeck. This is TCCP. Does not just stand for the Conscious Club Podcast. It stands for what is it, Tori? Treasures of Talent.
Creators of controversy.
Creators of content, and purveyors of podcasting. I think
I get the C's messed up.
The C's messed up, but you sure do get them P's, y'all.
I do.
You know what I mean? But it's it is the TCCP. And no. It is not the CCCP. It is TCCP. I already said that in the previous spot. I gave her some shade for saying TCCP. But I apologize. It is not the Soviet Union. It is TCCP, the Conscious Club Podcast. Welcome, everybody. We are in zone 2. We are doing it. It's another week. I feel like I have to, spend the time to say that because it's Pavlovian. It's people are waiting for it. And in a previous podcast that we did where I think it was the first episode, we did this new switch up format where I was like, we have beautiful lower thirds. Never put a lower third on screen for that podcast. No, I didn't. But now we have beautiful lower thirds.
But what if you don't do it again? People are gonna.
I know that maybe it's a joke. Maybe I just don't do it. And right. Okay.
Okay. This intro is getting way.
But no. Okay. So I haven't finished. The beautiful. What do you mean? This is the show.
I think that
this is the show. The beautiful art behind us was provided by @victoriamagic.art at Victoria's Magic dot art and beautiful art that's right out of frame. I should have lowered it for this podcast, but sorry. That's at Cody Sen Paintings, 2 N's in the Sen, y'all. Cody Sen Paintings on Instagram, etsy.com/shop/Cody Sen Paintings, victoriasmagic.art on Instagram, and she has beautiful art. Victoria's Magic Art on Etsy. Yep. It is the Conscious Club Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I know that was obligatory and you may fast forward through that, but hey, you may be new. And this is for you. So
sweet. Are you ready to jump into the father of G-Bomb salads, Mr. Dr. Joel Fuhrman? Because I know I am.
yes.
So first I'm just going to give a really fast, concise rundown of who he is. And then we're going to jump into a Vulf composited clip that Jack put together regarding Dr. Joel Fuhrman from the Vulf YouTube channel. And then we're going to dig into his background as a professional skater. And we're going to look at his Instagram and watch a few clips of him. So Dr. Joel Fuhrman was born in 1953, and he's an American celebrity doctor who advocates what he calls a micronutrient-rich diet. He is a former competitive figure skater. He suffered a serious injury which removed him from the competition, but he says an alternate medicine therapy helped speed his recovery and led him to become a physician. So his practice is based on nutrition-based approach to obesity, chronic disease, and also referred to as a nutrarian. Also referred to as a nutrarian or restrictive diet, as well as promoting his products and books. So that's who he is. We're going to dive into that, and I want to play this.
When you eat beans.
Vulf. This Vulf.
When you eat beans.
Oops. So this is from 2017, and Jack put this on his YouTube channel, the Vulf YouTube channel, and this is about Dr. Joel Fuhrman right now.
Cool.
Because all carbohydrates can be scored on a hierarchical scale of quality. And one of the things we use to score the quality, besides the fiber content and the nutrient content, the micronutrients, is the amount of resistant starch in the food. Mm-hmm. And beans are the richest source of resistant starch.
I want to make a note that this is a 53-minute video, so we'll only be watching like...
Do you have timestamps?
30 seconds. No. I'm just showing that this is on...
Oh, go down the rabbit hole?
Yeah. So here we go. Just a little bit of it. We won't be sitting here for 53 minutes watching this bean jiggle. Promise.
Which means that a portion of the carbohydrates
are not
we
should
able
do a
to
podcast where we do
enzymatically degraded.
That's your next
because of that, can't be
sleep.
utilized as calories.
Yeah.
They're instead
meditation.
fermented by bacteria in the gut.
Right.
Now, the more you eat these beans on a regular basis...
All right, could you roll it back 10 seconds? Or right before we were talking? I guess if we talk during this, then we pause it. If it's music, we can let it go.
Guys.
But yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to start from the
This is for the audience, y'all. I'm just thinking about y'all. Subscribe.
Right. And go.
See, because all carbohydrates can be scored on a hierarchical scale of quality. And one of the things we use to score the quality, besides the fiber content and the nutrient content, the micronutrients, is the amount of resistant starch in the food. Mm-hmm. And beans are the richest source of resistant starch, which means that a portion of the carbohydrates are not able to be enzymatically degraded. And because of that, it can't be utilized as calories. They're instead fermented by bacteria in the gut.
Right. Now, the more you eat these beans on a regular basis, you build up the bacteria that digests them better, and you stop producing gas from them.
Ah, there you go.
Oh.
Now, when you're eating the greens and beans and mushrooms, and when you're eating all these foods in your diet, the bacterial biofilm becomes more adherent to the villi.
So eating more beans isn't going to make you toot more. You're actually going to build up more enzymes in your gut to help break it down better so you don't toot as much. So actually, Indy, you need more beans.
Oh,
I don't think beans are the problem. I think you need more beans, my dude.
I think Firms has confirmed my my refried bean habit. Let's do that. I'm gonna have that tonight. Actually,
See, the small intestines is like a hose, right? That's a curly hose going all around, and the lumen at the center of the hose has like a peach fuzz, like a
peach fuzz
felt on the interior wall, the lining. That's like that are like the villi, or like finger-like projections.
Right.
Do you remember learning about villi? I totally 1000% remember learning about villi in natural sciences, in biologic sciences.
I had a thing called the California public school system.
Okay, right. So you didn't learn about what's in your small intestine and stuff. You just okay. Anyways, back to the peach fuzz.
Increasing the surface area by more than tenfold, and stuck onto those villi, that surface,
Villi, dude.
this adherent bacteria biofilm. that builds up because you eat a regular bean eater. You eat green vegetables, beans, and mushrooms.
Regular bean eater.
Oh my god.
That's right, dude. Fucking regular bean eater. Now, I
dude.
always thought, Tori,
What's up?
I always thought that the regular bean eater was a multiple meaning phrase.
Okay.
Like, are they called homophones?
Homophones.
Homophones, where the
They have two meanings.
right. So regular being you eat them often, but regular
Poop.
being that you
Good.
poop
I like that.
regularly.
I like that. So you eat them regularly, but also you poop regularly.
Right, it's like the Jane Lynch on the yogurt commercials. She's like, I'm regular because I eat this yogurt.
I thought it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, not Jane Lynch.
Not Jane
Sorry,
Lynch,
y'all.
yeah.
I mean,
Both have short hair, but
you know, you could see why I made that comparison. But apologize, no harm done in that community.
so I thought we'd dig into these cute videos that he has on YouTube of him.
We're just gonna roll over that though.
What?
All that great info.
What?
Oh my god.
Roll over.
The
it.
greens, the beans, and I think no, it's great info. Before we
Yeah.
move on,
Yeah.
is this Fuhrman man?
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's so fantastic, and I'm kind of, I don't want to wish harm on anybody,
Never.
not a soul. But I'm kind of glad he got that
Oh, the injury.
the injury so that he could go into the
become a
medical field.
doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have such a, and it's so funny. It takes you going to medical school and all those years of research to just say, eat food
Better. Yeah.
that comes out of the ground.
I love your Sebastian Maniscalco. It's so great.
Eat food that comes out of the ground. What kind of shoes are those? What are we putting in our bodies?
I agree. I think
You know?
I think that we have a huge problem in the United States, especially when I talk to people who are from the UK or from China or from different countries, from India. Like they all, especially
Have
in college.
coronavirus?
No. When I was in college, I went to a really international college with a lot of people from different countries and stuff. And everyone commented on how much sugar and how insane our food is. Like
Right.
it's just sugar and complex carbohydrates.
Or even
and
the sizes.
and the
like
si- and the
a
portion
small
sizes,
cup,
yeah.
A small cup of soda here
No, I
is
know.
extra large and sweetened.
I know.
Yeah.
So I work at a company that's based in the UK. So we have a lot of UK people working with us in our LA office. And they had these pizzas come in on dollies. 3 giant big mamas pizzas that are 36 by 36 inches. And these UK people come in because it's their first year in the States. And they're like, what are these pizzas? These pizzas
What
are
is
huge.
this? What is
What is
happening?
this? And I basically was just like, welcome to America. Like, this is what it is. Like, it's big because it's funny that it's big.
Right.
Like, it's big because
you can eat
it's
it.
a thing. It's a shtick. It's a
shtick.
specialty. That
It's
you can get
because
this
we
giant
can.
pizza.
It's
Yeah,
because
it's
we
for
can.
the pictures. It's for
Right,
it's funny.
right.
But the thing is that if you take that seriously and you eat those big portion sizes all the time, like we do when we go out to brunch or breakfast and stuff like that, you're gonna become that joke. Like you're gonna become huge.
Right. I mean, and
Isn't good.
the whole, and I'm so glad this podcast comes so timely because for the last week we've been eating pizza because of this damn Mama's Pizza.
I know. I brought
You know
home
what I mean?
2 plastic bags of
I
it.
ain't complaining, but I ain't
Yeah.
feeling that good either.
Yeah.
So I think definitely people like us, what I mean, we're a product of the standard American diet.
Yeah.
We
It's a problem.
It's definitely a huge problem, and I think that the more if we can take one step into this direction,
Right.
I'll take 2 and I'll take 3.
Yeah.
And there'll maybe parts in your life where shit will come up and your routine gets messed up, and you have to get back on that hill again. Which I'm currently trying to do, and eating healthy is just the last thought you have.
I know. Yeah.
And it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks because I definitely have noticed this past week having even just at work too, because we have catered lunch and stuff. Catered lunch that you pay for. It's not free. But still it's there. And you could just pay for it and eat it. And there's food trucks. You know what I mean? So you can go outside and come back in 2 minutes and have food. Or you could spend an hour making a fucking huge salad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like when all this other shit's going on in your life. And it just, for us, it's just easier to just go, hey, Taco Bell tonight? Sure, let's hang it.
There's
You know,
something
like-
about convenience that is so dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're stressed and you've worked all day and you come home, it's like the last thing you want to do is cook a meal, but it is the best thing for us, you know, to
Right.
cook our meal. You know, buying groceries is less expensive than eating out all the time. And so it is important to make it, but it's also like after a long day, sometimes that's the last thing you want to do. And I think that's my biggest struggle is sometimes you fall back on that convenience because it's the easiest thing to do, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, it's a good lesson in really the more often you take the easy road, the more likely you are just going to end up like everybody else.
Exactly.
Or like end up,
Unhappy.
is it called entropic? Where it's just like, it's a snowball of non-action. Right? Where you're like,
Entropic. Yeah,
well,
entropic.
right. Where like in November, before, you know, all this crap happened, you know, medically with my mom and everything.
Yeah.
I was, you know, doing the Culver City stairs fucking 4 times in one night,
Yeah.
you know, and now I can't even think about even doing it.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 months, 3 months,
know.
you know? And so it's just like, you could slip. It's really easy to slip. And I was doing really well. You know, like I even look back at podcasts back in like August and I'm like, I think I look good.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And now I'm like, I'm just like this fucking Pizza the Hut fucking motherfucker on this couch, just fucking. I might as well be as large as this couch in my head.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying though. Like we
know.
all think these things, but it's because, and the more you eat crap, the more crap you desire to eat.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like
Definitely.
we're all falling under this spell, you know. And it's so weird how that these people like Fuhrman and Ornish, they're highly regarded in terms of the medical industry, but nobody fucking listens to them. It's like the people who should
Except
be
for
in office
Jack.
aren't. The
People like Jack do,
Right.
but that's not a lot of people. I mean,
Right.
a lot of us are
it's
just
not sensational.
right, and I think
Right.
a lot of it too is just like the general American public aren't educated on these things because we go to
Right.
school and they teach us the food pyramid and the grains and the carbs are the biggest part of the pyramid, and it's like that should be flipped upside down. The
It's
greens should
completely-
be the biggest part.
And
yeah.
that was all like that wasn't taught
No,
before our parents were alive,
right.
or like in the 30s, right? I think the standard American diet was something that
It's like
formed
30s,
out of
40s, 50s.
well, formed out of the 50s kind of standardization.
Yeah.
Like, right, there wasn't fridges in everybody's houses in the 40s, but there was in the 50s and 60s, and now fucking
And
you know.
food started being processed on a large scale,
Right.
In an industry type of way, where
And-
Campbell's Soup,
Right.
and then
That was the Nixon
McDonald's,
administration.
and then
Right.
fast food, and
Right.
then everything as technology started, you know,
Yeah.
booming. It's like food started being processed in factories,
Right.
and then the fucking
mean,
milk board and all that bullshit.
The
you
milk
know?
board, dude.
Fucking-
Got milk? Dude, I think the got
devil.
milk people have a special place in hell.
know.
But anyway, no. Calling judgments is not
Sweeping
for
judgments.
me to decide. It is for the judge himself. So whoever that may be. But yeah, I totally agree. It's you know, the American way is making money off people who don't know better or won't change. And
don't know how to change and don't have the resources.
I'm a
and-
capitalist, man, you know, but like after a while you just go, okay, 22 grams of sugar here. Dude, if you look at a Mountain Dew can,
Oh, it's sick.
44 grams of sugar
Sprite
a can.
is 45.
Ugh.
Ginger ale is 46 grams.
If it
of sugar a
had
can.
had 20, it would still be
Coke
enough.
is 22.
It'd still be over what you would need, you know.
Why is
It's-
Sprite double the amount of sugar than Coke? That's insane.
and it's clear.
And it's
Yeah.
insane. And
the
ginger
more sugar
ale,
it has, the more you think it's better for
and
it's just
ginger
terrible.
ale has more than Sprite, and it has ginger in it, and you're thinking, oh,
Okay.
that's a plant.
All right, we're getting on a soapbox here. But
Yeah.
but
Anyways,
I mean it's not I don't think we're on the wrong side of that soapbox, you know what I'm saying? I think we're soaping.
Yeah.
We're sudsy here.
anyways, we're gonna get
Great
some-
conversation though. It was a great conversation
Yeah,
start. Yeah.
we're gonna get some in-depth knowledge from Mr. Fermi himself in his kitchen with his wife filming. We're gonna watch breakfast and lunch, what he makes, and then we're gonna see him skating back in the 70s.
Isn't this the same situation as the Vulf video?
Yeah.
Can I make a parallelization?
This is literally the G-Bombs video.
This is G-Bombs
and
in
actually,
action.
the one we're gonna watch next is him making the salad, the lunch with Fermi. So we will be watching that. But first, we're gonna watch. I think it's either granola or oatmeal. So we're gonna watch that first.
Hi, everybody. This is my first Facebook Live. Well, thank you for joining me, my friends. And I thought it would be nice to just eat breakfast with you guys watching me, or have fun. Let's eat breakfast together. You know, because I eat a lot of different types of breakfast, but today I'm eating a typical breakfast I eat all the time, is I put some of the healthy seeds like flax seeds and chia seeds and hemp seeds in a bowl with little oats and little berries and nuts, stuff like that, and maybe a little so much. Let me show you what I usually eat for breakfast. I take my ground flax seeds. Oh, here are my ground flax seeds. Because these seeds, as you know, don't just lower blood pressure and lower cholesterol and prevent cancer, but they protect your brain against aging. They're like there's the foundation to healthy eating. Everybody in America has to eat a food that can lower people's risk of breast cancer and prostate cancer by 50% just by 1 tablespoon of flaxseed.
We need to buy some
So
now.
I put the tablespoon of flaxseed in there.
This shit is a miracle.
Of ground chia seeds in there, and I put 1 or 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds in too to get more of that.
Can you pause it?
Sure. My mom eats all of these, by the way. Like, my mom is fucking like the queen of this kind of shit. It blows my mind. She has all that stuff. Flaxseed, chia seed, fucking all that stuff. Like, she's literally going to live to be 1,000,000 years old. I swear to God. It's crazy.
It really is crazy because, like, I really, I'm not, like, a health nut guy. I mean, as of 2020. February 2020, I'm not. You never know. Cut to 2047 of me, and I'm fucking Joe Rogan.
I think next month should be the goal, not 2040.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes, today, not next month. Today.
Yeah,
we're firming. But I find this to be fun. In just seeing what the things do.
Oh,
like
no.
It's this seed does this and that seed does that, and you're like, you're not wrong. You're a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, okay, a little bit of prostate thing here, a little bit of thing here, and it's like I'm feeling good about what I'm making.
Yeah,
and it's not just like burger, oil, cheese, and then you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I feel good about what I'm making, or what I'm not making, what he's making, and it's just generally. A feel-good thing.
And I know what benefits I'm getting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can hit the space bar, by the way.
Actually, 3 tablespoons of seeds in there. Then I put a little bit, about 3 tablespoons of a cereal, like steel-cut oats or oats. But today I'm using this no-add sugar Swiss muesli. It's made by Familia, because there's no sugar, and it's just raw nuts and oats and stuff. So I'm taking a couple of tablespoons of this in there. 1. I don't need that much, cereal in the seeds, because obviously I'm going to add a lot of food to it. So there it is. I have my seeds mixed with a little bit of oats. In this case, I like this.
I want it.
Raw
I eat oatmeal every morning.
Put a little bit of soy milk in that, unsweetened soy milk.
Unsweetened.
With no additives and it's an unsweetened soy milk with no, folic acid. I don't usually spill it all over the table like I just did. So there. Now I'm going to let that soak a little bit. I'm going to take out my frozen berries, frozen blueberries.
That's what I do too. Frozen berries, dude. Out of the freezer.
Hey, I'm going to put a little frozen cherries in there too.
That's what I did this morning. Frozen cherries in my oatmeal, dude.
And then you microwave it.
And you know what I usually
And then they
do?
unfreeze.
I put the frozen stuff right in there, frozen. There it is, right in there, frozen. I didn't even defrost it. And I mix it out together, and because I like the cereal to soak.
I gotta say, you can hit the space bar, by the way.
Doesn't matter. Either way, it's paused.
I'm gonna zoom so hard in on that eye roll.
Either way, it pauses.
I know. I'm just saying it's quicker.
I don't care. Okay, what were you gonna say?
I love his accent.
I know. It's
whatever
cute.
his accent is.
Yeah.
Like. Freeze. It's not New York, but it is.
I think he's from like Jersey or something, so it's like similar.
And get soft.
Soft.
I'm going to probably go now and go outside and water my plants and not eat it, because the time I come in 15 minutes, the berries will be softened, the oats will be softened and soaked, and I'll be ready to eat my breakfast. Maybe I'll have this with a slug of vegetable juice, like with some carrot, kale, celery, with a slug of vegetable juice, and take my supplements at the same time. I'm going to take my supplements. I usually take because I have the fat and the protein from the hemp seeds and the chia seeds and the flax seeds helps facilitate the absorption of the vitamin D and other fat-soluble vitamins and phytochemicals into my body. So I'm going to take my breakfast.
See, that's important for me because I'm extremely vitamin D deficient. So that's a really good piece of information for me. You know, he said the fats of those hemp of the seeds in there helps absorb vitamin D, which is what I need. So that's good. I should be adding this stuff to my oatmeal every morning so that I can, you know, fully absorb the vitamin D supplements I'm taking, because that's the problem. Whenever I get my blood drawn, I'm still vitamin D deficient. And so that shows that that's in what I'm eating. That's why I'm not absorbing the vitamins through the supplements that I need. It's probably my diet. I should be having these seeds and these fats and proteins he's mentioning. So that's really good information for me. Maybe I should go get some of these seeds today, huh?
My breakfast cereal, see that? Not much oats in there, mostly seeds and berries and a little frozen cherries. And I'll take actually 2 of the men's formula to get my 2,000 of vitamin D and my 200 micrograms of B12 and my 150 of iodine. But I'm also going to take 1 Ultracell Biotech and 1 Immune Biotech just to get more of those anti-cancer phytochemicals into my body today, which I usually do just 1. And I'm going to take also my DHA. I just take it straight. I don't even mix in my cereal. I just put it straight on a spoon and take it right in there. So that's my breakfast today. Then once my breakfast digests, maybe in a couple of hours, I'm going to probably go in my basement and work out. I'll work for a few hours, and I'll take a break from work.
Homie's got a basement.
Or so.
All right, dude. We see you, Dr. Fuhrman.
Probably like in Jersey or something.
I'm just kidding.
Have a great day.
We don't have basements out here in California.
It's about 60 degrees today. I hope you guys have a great day too. Make it the best day ever. Enjoy what you're reading. Enjoy your health, and have a lot of fun in your work today too. All right, bye.
It's so along the lines of the Vulf video we opened with.
I know.
I love it. It's short. It's sweet. It's to the point. And
Second Facebook Live I've ever.
Oh, dope, dude. How big is this guy's kitchen,
lunch,
bro?
Dude.
Oh,
we got some lunch. We have lunch and then his skating competition.
Can I blow my nose really quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free.
All right.
All right. Are you ready to watch this lunch?
I am.
This one is longer, so I'm going to skip around a bit. Right. Okay? Not as short and sweet.
Done in my life. The first Facebook Live, we ate breakfast together, and today we're going to eat lunch.
Can you turn it up?
And I'm going to show you some simple ways I eat.
It's input 1.
That are really quick.
It's the first knob.
And speaking about quick and easy, it's almost time for the release of my new cookbook called the Eat to Live Quick and Easy Cookbook.
We might have to turn it
I have
down
right here, which comes out May 2nd. Super excited about it. If you'd like, you can actually pre-order it now, and if you do so by going to Dr. Fuhrman /
He saw Ornish release a book, and he's like, damn it, now I gotta do this.
You can pre-order the book, and you can get 30 bonus recipes for pre-ordering it. So keep it in mind. The book's really nice because it opens up, it lies flat. It's a beautiful book with all these favorite recipes that you can eat on a regular basis that are very quick to make. And speaking of quick to make, that's what I'm going to do today. I got to get out of here. Actually, I'm filming today in Pennsylvania, so I got to eat a quick lunch, and I always have a salad. You know my mantra. The salad is the main dish.
The main dish, not the side dish.
I have a salad every day. So here I'm going to take some romaine lettuce. I'm going to probably take 2 heads of romaine. I'm going to wash them a little bit. So I'm going to cut off the bottom, take off some outer leaves that I'm going to rinse off. Oh, by the way, don't forget, once I start to make the salad, you guys can ask me questions. And Lisa, my wife Lisa's here. Lisa, can you just come over here and look at the computer and see if anybody sends me a question they want me to answer while I'm doing the Facebook Live?
I would love to.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. This will be my first Facebook Live.
Oh, this is the first time? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We have a lot of firsts here. Okay, so I'm taking the
I love
romaine lettuce.
Fermi.
You know what I'm going to do?
So
I'm going to
cute.
take the center of the romaine. It's pretty clean.
He's a
romaine.
bit more entertaining than
I'm not
Ornish.
gonna wash it. I'm just going to
Ornish is kind of cut and dry.
This romaine,
You know?
very small, because if I
hand off.
slice it very small, it'll fit better into the salad dish. I can put more in there. So very finely chopped.
You didn't wash
And
them.
these outer leaves I feel more comfortable washing.
Oh.
So follow me over to the sink for a minute. And I'm going to just put these
Who's
in water.
Damn, he's got PAs on stuff,
Yes,
there, camera
fucking
ops.
people filming, dude.
That's rinsed
People.
off. I'm going to take my bath towel.
Yeah.
This is a bath towel, not a
Not a main
kitchen
dish.
towel,
Not a
dish
oh, okay.
towel. It's a regular bath towel.
On a side dish.
Why is he using a bath towel?
That I just washed on my bath towel. Lay them out. Can you guys see it?
Slam
Wanna
that
see it?
dude.
Yeah, you can? Okay, I'll do it.
And I know that we're getting some Facebook, not questions, but we have hi from Qatar, hi from BC, Canada,
From people all over the world watching
Yeah.
this. Wow, there are people all over the world.
Florida, good morning, Florida, or hello.
People all over the world eating lunch with us.
Yep.
So cool. Okay, so look what I did. I laid out my lettuce on the towel, fold the towel in half, and then in half again. I'm just going to press the water out of the lettuce. I hate lettuce with water on it.
Me too.
Okay, you could fold it in half. You could sit on it.
Also
He's
the
got
boxes
shtick
last
too,
night.
bro.
Okay, so my lettuce is washed and dried. It's all dried off.
Dried
I'm
off.
going to put the other two heads in.
Can he use a
Rest of the head.
non-bleached item? Is there bleach
Can I
on my
say while you're
lettuce?
not saying hi Las Vegas, hi Rhode Island, hi Tampa, hi Ohio.
All right, I'm
This
gonna
thing I
skip
love
around a
Look
bit.
at that, isn't that great? I have a little greenhouse where I grow my own tomatoes during the wintertime.
Okay, if you have a fatty
Like,
liver,
we get it.
are there certain fruits and vegetables you should avoid?
Fatty liver is from insulin resistance, eating a poor diet. A nutritarian diet reverses a fatty liver and sucks fat out of your diet. You know, when you eat the greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, they have angiogenesis inhibitors, which are anti-fat storage. They say, no way, Jose, I'm not letting you store fat on your body. And you know what? They say it in Spanish, no way, Jose. That's what they call it.
That's not Spanish. It's just a
I'm putting the tomato
Spanish
in my
name.
salad. Tomato from my own garden. Yes,
I mean,
tomatoes
way?
from my own
No
garden.
way?
Sorry to interrupt. What is the best time to consume nuts?
The best time to consume nuts is with the meals that you eat your vegetables, because nuts facilitate the absorption of the phytochemicals that fight cancer. So you don't want to eat your nuts mostly with breakfast. You want to eat your nuts mostly with lunch, with this big salad like this, with the green vegetables and the beans and
Good
the
to
tomatoes
know.
and the well, so you want to make a nut-based dressing. So I'm going to do that in a minute, but
I got more questions. I'm so sorry.
1 second.
Okay.
I made these
on the
cookies-
You better
Podcast.
calm down, girl.
like a little crunch in my
Literally up on the
I had a
podcast.
little crunch with like the dehydrated kale chips or kale and onion, dehydrated kale and onion we put in the dehydrator. But I didn't have any of those today, so I'm making a little bit of crunch with these pita chips. So I took a small pita, whole wheat pita,
100% whole wheat. 100% whole wheat.
100% whole
100%.
grain.
Me on the
100%,
podcast.
Put it in the lowest setting in this toaster oven, as low as it could go, to toast it very lightly. And I toasted it again a second time in the lowest possible setting, so it got really hard and crunchy. So I'm going to
Hot.
crunch that in there. Crunch
Is a
the chip in there.
nutritarian diet okay for multiple sclerosis?
A nutritarian diet is designed to reverse autoimmune diseases, and multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease. I have hundreds of patients who are in remission who got rid of their multiple sclerosis, hundreds through a nutritarian diet. And I recommend you read my book, Super Immunity, which gives the protocol for autoimmune resolution of diseases like multiple
Protocol.
sclerosis. Okay, so I got my croutons in
What
there.
about one more
Dude, the
question?
guy has an answer for everything, dude. I
GMOs,
love
they wanna
this
know
guy.
what- person wants to know what are your feelings about genetically modified?
Feeling pretty good today about all these things.
No, you're genetically modified.
I am genetically
You
modified.
modified your
I'm modifying my
genetics.
genes with a good diet. Because that's the thing, when you eat unhealthfully, it affects the genes in a negative way. You modify your own genes. And you pass on those unhealthy genes to your children if you have your genes
We're not
modified.
Oh
children.
my god, dude.
I'll answer the question. GMOs refer to foods like soy.
Dude, I have all the inner, like, every meal my
We-
ancestors ever thought going through my head right now, going, it results to this fat lump of sack.
Yeah,
You know,
we're not having children until we're both skinny.
fine by me. I was like offended at first, and I was like, okay, that'll be a while.
So we've eaten breakfast and lunch with Fermi here, but I want to take you back to the 1970s. I think it's the 70s.
Take me back.
This is Mr. Joel Fuhrman.
Oh, what?
In 1973 as a professional figure skater.
Had not gone to medical school yet.
No, he hadn't been injured yet.
Whoa, dude's talented.
He will soon be.
Do those
a
figure
G-bomb
skaters like get to
scholar.
like figure skate in that other rink? You know what I mean? Like the male female.
I think the females usually assume that you're gay if you're a male female skater. So I think it's you have.
But Fermi
you have
ain't,
the pick
dude.
of the litter. If
Fermi
you're the
ain't.
one straight guy,
True.
you can
True,
pick
dude.
any chick. So he probably
Right. Because
got
like
pretty deep up in
in
there.
order to be this good and also just a professional figure skater
Mm-hmm.
at all, you gotta look like James Dean in 1947. Not me.
he was
I don't-
born in
I have no-
1953.
No, it wasn't.
So this is Joel
Was it?
Fuhrman and Gail Fuhrman in the New York Championships
Wait,
in Paris.
is that Gail his wife in the video,
I don't know. It might be him. And
or is
his
that
wife.
his sister?
I don't know. It was licensed. Whoops.
Oh my gosh, well I can mute it. But
Yeah.
well, did he say my wife Gail here?
Here, I can go to his wiki.
Oh yeah, let me see. Let's scope that wick. Joel
It'll
Fuhrman,
say-
yeah.
I don't remember if it's his sister or his wife. I think it's his wife, but let me see.
Lisa Fuhrman is his wife.
I think it was his sister actually.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Then
I think it's his sister.
I
retract
I
all of-
I retract my statements.
Wait, let me see who he.
But I
skated with.
maybe meant that in general. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe he could be getting on that ice rink elsewhere. Not
Mm-hmm.
me. I mean, if he's that fluid with his sister, dope.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was his sister though. I think.
I mean, they both have the. I mean,
Yeah. So, anyways, we retract our statements on that.
I mean, I was the one who said it. I'll retract mine.
I also went through his Instagram and pulled some vintage Fuhrman photos here. This is his wife and him back in probably the 80s or 90s, probably 80s. And these are their children. Thought that was really cute. This is also Fermi in some kind of desert oasis. I don't know how recent this picture is. It might be older.
I'd say
new.
within the last 20 years.
Yeah. This is
10
him in his
years.
garden that he talked about with his tomatoes.
Firm.
Cute.
Cool.
Love it. This is him when he climbed Highland Peak, which, yeah, like this guy's legit. He like climbs freaking mountains and shit. Like he's doing
Dude,
shit.
he is a hill climber.
Yeah. He's literally a hill climber. I thought this picture was hilarious from his Insta. I thought these guys looked like they were kidnapped and brought here. Like, especially the guy in the green. Like,
He's like, God damn it, no more fucking cheeseburgers, bro.
I know. I thought that was funny. They're like there to go get healthy or whatever. And they're like, fuck, do we have to?
Dude,
It's so funny.
that black guy too. He's like, man,
It's like, God damn it.
God damn, want them spare ribs.
I feel you. I feel you.
I feel you too, dude. I'm more in their boat than not. So
Yeah.
I'm
get it.
empathetic. If I'm pathetic at all, I'm pathetic. Yeah.
I
You
have.
stole my Dodger slippers.
I did.
My feet were sweaty. I kicked them off.
freezing.
Yeah.
I know they were sweaty when I put my feet in them. Gross. But my feet were cold. I have for you a treat.
Ooh.
This is a Mason Marangella special.
He's
here.
the rig doctor.
The rig doctor. I have a special feature presentation by him, even though it's not a feature, it's only a short, but and he did a series called, well, the first and hopefully I'm hoping a series of Cooking with Katzman. Are
do
you
it.
ready?
I mean, the internet needs content. Mm-hmm. Pause it.
Katzman, this is
Gotta
Jenna,
say.
my wife.
Gotta say, Vulf Mono
She's our video.
with
Pause.
videographer
The
today.
spacebar doesn't work on this. I'm just letting you know, so don't bitch
on
about it.
Facebook. YouTube it does.
What are you saying? The back house?
No, I'm saying no. I love the back house. What I'm saying is Vulf Mono with a stroke on it.
Wait, let me see.
You pick
Oh,
Vulf
yeah.
Mono with a black
I think he did it because the house is so white. He didn't want it to blend in.
dag.
That's why he did it, though.
That's why you add a 33% black gradient behind the text.
Oh, a gradient's better then. Okay.
You just add a little black gradient with
Mason,
a feather.
we hope you're watching.
Add a feather. It's
You hear it from the
33%.
topography expert himself.
Come on,
A
dog.
gradient, not
A
a stroke.
topography expert? I don't even know what topography means.
It means, what do you mean? It's the study of.
That's how I'm saying
type.
it's a metaphor. Or no. It's a figurative reaction to. It's equating how much I don't know about typography by me saying I don't know what it is.
Okay, can we watch the video?
No, you get that though?
No.
I don't know typography so much that I'm saying I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
Because I really have no idea what the science behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we watch the video?
The stroke behind around
Okay.
the Vulf monitor?
I'm playing the video now.
That was pause worthy, y'all.
All right.
Dr. Katzman.
Hello.
This is Jenna, my wife.
Jenna. Come on.
This is
in.
where I
She's
saw
our-
the intro to
she's our
this. Business casual. The room of business casual right
Yeah,
here.
you're gonna see the
Videographer
AC
today.
thing.
I was just making tea.
So it's
Does
the
anyone
second.
want
Conscious
tea?
Club.
Tea, Jenna?
Never made it before.
Never made tea before?
Well, this kind of tea.
That's oolong
Right there.
tea?
That,
Yep.
That's actually my oatmeal.
Oh.
I know it's lunchtime, but
Okay.
oats for breakfast, oats for lunch.
Well, let's just follow you.
Oats for
Well, let's
brunch.
follow
Let's do it.
you. Just,
Yeah.
You don't want to disrupt your
I'm gonna close
routine.
my. Well, you can kind of look. You can look.
You wanna
See. You can
this
see
is-
there's guitars in the
MTV
in
crib style.
in the window, but I don't want you to see the mess. 'Cause it's laundry day, so there's a lot of clothes in the bed. See that? Anyway, I play before bed. Okay, this is the kitchen.
This is the kitchen.
Well, I'll show you this too.
Yeah, show us this.
Where I've done some recording, a lot
Beautiful.
of vocals.
Love it.
I love that piano. Drums are not
He has your
really
same
mic'd up yet.
things
but
on top.
It's a project, work in progress. And then
Is
here's,
this what you're drinking?
I thought we could try some of this
Try a little of that.
duck shit oolong from 3 Gems Tea. Also, Midnight Blossom oolong and Orchid Fragrance oolong. This is the real stuff.
What is oolong?
Yeah.
It's just
From
a type
China.
of Chinese tea.
So we should
It's like a even more. It's like a clear green tea that's not green.
probably start with an oatmeal tutorial.
Oolong.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Pressure cooker.
Yeah, pressure cook oats. Low
see the
pressure,
Berkey?
10
The Berkey?
minutes.
Ah, the Burke.
I go with the Trader Joe's Steel Cut Organic Steel Cut.
It's not on the
Loosely
mantle, though.
sponsored by Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Shout out to the trader.
Yeah, shout out to Joe. Joseph himself.
Or Jose, or
Yeah, they had a couple. They had,
Giotto.
I feel like, I dig it though. What I do is I do 3 cups water, 1 cup steel cut oats, banana. Smells like bananas. So
Yeah,
if you cook a banana in with the oats, then you really got some sort of banana bread style situation going. So
Dang.
if you want to take a look,
Let's see this thing.
amazing. Now, then, what I like to do is I like to take some frozen fruit
Pretty watery, Theo.
and I like to throw in some frozen cherries.
Also courtesy of Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Now, what we do is we stir this up, and this is cold fruit, hot oats. The fruit will cool the oats to a nice temperature for eating, and it will cook the fruit just so. Now, what we're gonna do is my favorite part.
Cinnamon. Me.
Trader Joe's
I
ground
have the
cinnamon.
same cinnamon
Oh,
at
yeah,
work.
nuts?
You want a little oats?
My
kid?
oats.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
try a little
Try a
cinnamon.
little cinnamon oats.
To see. You gotta kind of waft it first, make sure that
A lot of cinnamon.
I'm digging it.
You digging it?
So no sweetener other than the banana.
Yeah. Does it taste sweet though?
It does.
And you know you can do like a date thing or whatever. In fact, I have some date.
Jack Stratton with the date sugar.
But it's kind of
Shut up.
interesting, right? The cinnamon is pretty sweet. So it's no added sugar, which is nice. I do a little,
Top it off a little.
I do a little top off. You can help yourself. Look at that, folks.
Look at that.
Anyway,
He just way
that's
too
why
much
there's just like
cinnamon, though.
cinnamon everywhere in my house.
But aromatic.
Damn. Oatmeal. I love it.
He seems like in his natural element.
For sure. So I thought
great.
that was a really cute video. The
I love that.
Berkey, the little heater thing that we used to have in our Koreatown apartment on the wall
That we never
that
used.
we never used. Like, so great.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a pause here.
'Kay.
So we can change the battery. We'll be right back.
We back out here in these streets, my dog.
We out here in these TCCP streets. Conscious Club podcast.
Hard
Thank you.
streets of
Right. Was that the intermission?
Yeah.
Was this the
that was our
intermission?
intermission,
Okay.
actually.
So-
the Keogh Catherine thing was our middle point.
Oh, the cooking with Casman. That was our kind of palate cleanser for the next.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to welcome you back. It is the number 1, number 2 Vulfpeck podcast that now that Michael McBalton exists, and this is the Nutritia Dish. We've gone through Firm.
Fermie's
We've
done.
gone through the iterations of Furman's first 2 steps into Vulfpeck Live. No, Facebook Live. And now we are going to move into Mr. Dean Ornish.
Whoop, whoop.
Last but not least.
So just like Fermi, I'm going to give a quick rundown of who he is briefly, and then we're going to watch some of his TED Talk from Berkeley.
If you don't know, but if you're following a Vulfpeck podcast, you may know. But for all you who don't.
So Dean Michael Ornish was born same year as Fuhrman, I might add, 1953. Like something happened that year apparently, where they're like, these nutrition guys are going to be born this year. Like we have to do this. It's the 50s. Like Campbell's soup, fuck you. Let's make these babies to like show everyone to not eat processed crap that's coming out.
Right. Like I think it's natural that God or Yahweh or the universe,
Allah.
whatever is out there that makes things exist in any which form. I think, once high fructose corn syrup got injected. Yeah, once high fructose corn syrup got injected into the American diet, I think the powers that be in the universe wanted to reverse it.
Yeah.
And they, in 1953, was it 53?
They were born, but high fructose corn syrup didn't exist till the year 1970.
Right. And they would have been 17?
Ish. Because
no, they would have been 23. They would have been 23, right?
Yeah,
no,
that skating video was 1973. They were 26.
26. So right at the time where they would go on to learn this stuff.
Your exact age, right?
Dude.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting parallel. Very interesting parallel. And we saw Fuhrman figure skating at what is my age now. So
yeah,
if we're looking at this in 2020, and that was the year 1973
for him.
So that would be 83, 93, 03, 13, and then 2023 be 50 years.
Holy shit.
Right? 50 years later.
Wow.
Right. And that is right now for us.
That's crazy.
We are in those times. Even though we have 8K cameras, high def, 4K, this, that, we are still in that era.
Yeah.
Compared to what we will be in. Yeah. And I think the point that I kind of went away from earlier was that, the American diet was just so crap that the universe had to rebalance itself into 2 men.
Yeah. 1953 did.
Yeah. That will revolutionize the way that we think of food. And also, it's so simple.
Why Sebastian again?
It's so simple. You just eat food that your grandma would think was food.
Things that were grown.
Right. Yeah. Your great grandma would never go to Taco Bell.
No.
Because they wouldn't trust that. I'm like,
no.
What is that little? It's dust, and then you add water, and it looks like meat. That ain't meat. That, even though we had that yesterday for dinner.
Actually, my great grandma did love Hawaiian pizza, pineapple and ham pizza,
right.
But she rarely ate it. I mean, that was just special occasions.
Right. Well, like she wouldn't consider that food.
No,
right,
it's a special occasion.
I think that's a better way of saying it. Like, yeah, my great grandma would probably eat it too. There's a taco in front of you, you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat. But I definitely think they wouldn't regard that as food.
It's not
if they saw an ear of corn on the table with some butter.
Oh yeah, my grandma loved corn.
Not much better, but still a whole food and a plant based.
All right, let's get back into it.
Right.
So he is an American physician and researcher. He's the president and founder of the nonprofit Preventative Medicine Research Institute in California. How do you say that? Saucito? Saucito, California, and a clinical professor of medicine at the University of California, San Francisco.
Don't quote me on the Saucito, but yeah.
He's the author of Dr. Dean Ornish's program for reversing heart disease, Eat More, Weigh Less, and the Spectrum. Oh, way less.
We gotta do this
in
faster.
The spectrum.
He's the author of Dean Ornish's program for.
This is why I was doing it. You're too far away.
I'm just playing with
He is
John.
a well-known advocate for using diet and lifestyle changes to treat and prevent heart disease.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
So we're going to pop to the Berkeley TED Talk really quick, just as a throwback to this past summer last year, and see Dr. Dean Ornish, first time on a Vulf stage.
Cut the music. I'm not a real transformation guy, okay? Because I haven't put in the work. I haven't put in the data, the randomized controlled trials to prove this stuff. But tonight, we have the real deal. That's right. We want to welcome for a lightning talk tonight from the Bay Area. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Dean Ornish in the house.
I'm so excited.
Ah, dude. My jam right here.
Thank you. Was that an awesome show or what? Come on.
Orny, what's up?
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
So, 5 minutes before the show, Jack asked me to say a few words, no pressure or anything. With all this stuff going on in the world, it's sometimes hard to say, like, what can I do as one person to help with global warming or feeding the hungry and helping myself stay healthy? And it turns out that something as primal as what you eat every day can change all of that. It turns out that more global warming is caused by eating livestock than all forms of transportation. And that's not enough. It takes 14 times more resources to make a pound of meat-based protein than plant-based protein. So
There's data to back that up.
today to feed everybody. Nobody need go hungry if more people ate a plant-based diet.
That's right. For sure.
And what's good for you is good for the planet. What's personally sustainable is globally sustainable. For the last 42 years, I've directed a number of studies showing that something as simple as what we eat, a whole foods plant-based diet that's low in fat and sugar, exercise, stress management techniques like meditation and yoga, and maybe what's most important, learning to love yourself and love other people.
Seriously, man. Learning to love yourself and love other people is...
I want to reduce it down to its essence, to eat well, move more, stress less, and love more. And not only keep you healthy, but can actually reverse the...
Can you pause it for a sec? When people, and I'm for what they're for, but, staunch animal rights people who hate people, who hate human beings, and it's just
we are animals.
you're going against what will make you actually a better human, more happy, less stressed by actually loving other people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just because there's scum on this earth means that you hate people? No.
We're all scum. All animals and people are scum. We're animals. We're the same. We're all scum.
We're animals too.
We're
It's just
scum.
we have an innate advantage with our heads.
I don't think we really do.
Well, take a plane and see the mark we've made somewhere. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying it's just we are. I even I've even said we're animals to somebody, and somebody was religious in the room. They're like, we are not animals. We are God-given creatures with souls. And I'm just like, dog, we have feet. We pee, we poop, we drink water, we eat, we
need the
scratch
sun.
ourselves. When we scratch ourselves, we lay down, we sleep.
Those are all the things that animals do.
Every other animal does that,
Yeah.
Even fish sleep.
Yeah.
It's we're all like that. And also, who are you to think that a being like this, or a better being, or more developed being, doesn't exist elsewhere too?
Also, too,
You know?
how do you know that a dog or a cat or a different animal, a dolphin, doesn't have a thought process and some sort of consciousness?
Especially
you don't fucking
dolphins.
know that.
Especially
dolphins and porpoises.
Dude, for all we know, dude, they're like, they were probably the humans that didn't leave the sea.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're like,
they're mermaids.
They saw us leaving, and they're like,
like, eh.
They got the same, like you know the like game recognized game. They're like, we see you as equals, but you leaving onto that thing, dog. It's safer down here, bro.
Like, there's no earthquakes.
You can go to the
in
Mariana
here.
Trench and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, well, I guess not if you're a mammal, but you know,
Yeah.
it's interesting because like dolphins are the humans of the sea, dog. You know, you don't fucking catch dolphins when you go fishing.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a big problem with people who take that perspective, because it's like, we don't really know if animals have some sort of consciousness or not. So you can't say that.
We don't know what we don't.
We don't know. You don't know.
But what he said in this talk,
Yeah.
is irrefutable, and that's coming from somebody who was raised by Republican parents.
Yeah.
Like, I understand all of this stuff, even though I was taught to not to even let it into my psyche. You know, and it sucks because this kind of information needs to be understood, because once you say cow farts, once you say
Methane,
livestock, methane, you lose
all the
you lose those people, because they're like, are you serious?
cow farts
Cow
are ruining
farts?
the earth. Yeah.
But if you saw the concentration of all of that stuff in one area, it's contributing
yeah.
to what's going on.
And also don't just
I'm not a
think
liberal,
about-
but period, right?
Yeah. Also, don't just think about the cow farts. Think about all the industry that goes around processing and packaging.
Right.
The meat that we eat in our
the
stores.
transportation.
The transportation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's none of that with gardening and with agriculture, because I come from an agricultural community, and I come from farmers, and like, yes, there's a lot of gasoline that goes into the tractors and things like that, but when you then on top of that add all of like the animal byproduct and animal farts and all of that, it's like, it is probably more from my small mind and perspective.
True. Yeah, exactly. What he was saying
makes sense. I mean,
14 times more energy to produce.
Makes sense.
Period. Like, that's like, you can't, all the trucks, all the salaries, all the gas, all the emissions,
and you have to
everything.
raise those animals from a baby to an adult to slaughter them. So it's like, you're taking care of
and you have to
something.
transport that afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it all has to be clean. It all has to be, no salmonella,
put in
whatever.
packages and-
Right. So it's like the ignorance. Exactly. Like, there was a recent Joe Rogan podcast with, I think his name is Daryl Davis. He's a jazz pianist. Really old fat black guy, jazz fucking, you could like, I love this guy. You know what I mean? And he was saying that same thing, is ignorance is solved by education.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, and that podcast has to do with him confronting the KKK and all this kind.
Wow.
It's a great podcast. Wow. You have to listen to it. Highly don't watch this crap. Go watch that. Daryl Davis on the Joe Rogan podcast in 2020, early 2020. But yeah, exactly. Ignorance is, because I know so many people who would take this as, you fucking liberal, libtard, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm more like, how do you hear this stuff and go, that's wrong? I don't understand how you could think that's wrong. Like,
I just think people don't take the time to think about things logically. Think about how much energy it takes to raise a baby just born calf into an adult, and then to slaughter it, and then to cut it up into pieces, and then it goes to the industry, and then there's so many steps compared to just growing a carrot, using a tractor to pull it out of the ground. Putting it on
a conveyor belt, washing
it and packaging it.
Boom.
You're not growing it.
You still got transportation
not a live
costs.
animal.
It's just it's literally an innate difference, right? If all of the world, and I'm not saying all the world should, if you want a damn cheeseburger, go and eat it.
Yeah.
Go and eat it. That's fine. I'm just saying, for the people who don't want it,
then you don't have to. Yeah.
And also a lot of what these people are preaching, the Ornish and the Fuhrmans and the Strattons of the world, and the Katzmans of the world, they're preaching, it's that if enough people, if the majority of people ate this way, and it's not an untasty thing.
No, it can be.
It's just
tasty.
Inconvenient.
Yeah.
That's the only part of it. It's tasty as hell. I'll go to Whole Foods and make my salad at the fucking bar.
Yeah.
And maybe
and that's convenient.
I may douse it in that avocado sauce.
That's the convenient route. That's the convenient route.
That's the convenient route to this way.
Of doing the Trader Joe's bar and making the salad.
Right.
The actually...
I wish Trader Joe's had a bar to make a salad. Oh my God.
The way you do it is that you buy the groceries and then make it at home and and it's not...
Bada bing, bada boom.
It's not fast food. You're not going through a drive-thru. You know what I mean?
Right. But I definitely think where, like, say if a baby boomer who's not really... A blue-collar baby boomer would hear this and go,
yeah,
get out of here.
These Berkeley
fucks with their elitist thing. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you he's an authority of fact.
Also, he's a researcher.
Who has 4 decades of research.
And he's a professor who teaches this. Yeah.
And I mean, there are a lot of professors who are complete crap. I've had them.
But he's also a researcher who does
Dean
these
Ornish.
tests.
Right. He's world renowned as one of... He is the pioneer of lifestyle medicine. Yeah. Like, irreputable. And it's also... Like, I saw a meme, it was actually from Jason Lee Bruns on Facebook. He shared, you know how people who are like a decade older than us, they have a different way of sharing content where it's kind of like really pixelated sharing of text.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you like this, then you know, whatever. Like, my sister does it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. It's your age group. Yeah, bless your heart. It's your age group. But... what do women my mom always called it, I'm dating myself, right? You're dating yourself when you kind of post like that. Ron Roberson.
Oh yeah.
I mean, things that make you go that's his like meme series. Anyway, you won't know anyway, but it's that kind of thing where you ain't gonna win people over because it's such a frustrating thing because it's what people should listen to, but just go let's go Taco Bell. Yeah. Which I do. We did yesterday. Yep. We did that last night.
It's hard. It's such a hard transition, but...
And I feel like we are the people who should be talking about this because we are the people who are a representative of the people who don't eat this way.
Right.
And it's going... I'm not like, body positivity, fucking Lizzo, BuzzFeed Jasmine, like
we're for it, but
I'm for it, body positive, but you shouldn't be probably weigh 100 pounds, dude. Yeah. Like, I'm harnessing my inner...
I know. That's the thing too. Is like I'm so for. I know that this is a tangent. And I'm so for body positivity.
Yeah.
And I like have a naturally curvy body. I'll never be stick real thin. But it's like
nor should you be.
But it's like if you're obese and it's bad for your health, then you really need to like figure that out.
Right.
Because that just leads to cancers and heart disease and diabetes and
right. And I'm so early in this podcasting business that I don't know if this conversation is stuff that our audience would not listen to or want to listen more to. So I don't know if we should move on or keep talking about it because I could talk about this forever.
I say move on, but comment below if this was terribly boring or if you're interested.
Danny Wood, tell me if you lost a customer here. Let's see here.
He's sitting there in his like Star Wars pajamas eating a bowl of popcorn.
He's like,
these fucks.
I did not come here for this liberal bullshit. We love you, Danny.
Gosh.
And Danny Good, Danny Wood, Tamber Wolf, everybody.
All the goods.
That's right. Teeds.
So I really want to go into these amazing clips of... There's 3 of them, but they're only like less than 2 minutes each. And these are from Ornish's medicine YouTube. It's called... it's from his personal YouTube. These are some clips that his company produced.
When there's no description, it's a good video.
Yeah. 0 comments. Lots of good.
Ooh, can we comment?
Yeah.
Can we comment a heart? Just do a heart.
How do I do it? Just
command space. No, command option space.
Command option space.
Ooh, it's command Control space. Command control space, and then hit the heart. Yep. And then comment.
Cool.
So go to the video called "The Transformative Power of Ornish Lifestyle," and you'll see where we come.
Okay. So these are wonderful.
Okay.
We're going to see him try to transform Santa soon, and another really adorable guy. And it's just buckle up. Just buckle up. Ornish.
This is a love-based program. What do I mean by that? In almost 40 years of conducting scientific research, I've learned that joy of living is a much more powerful and sustainable motivator than fear of dying. Because the underlying biological mechanisms are so dynamic, when you make the comprehensive changes in diet and lifestyle in our program, you'll feel and look so much better so quickly. It reframes the reason for making these changes from fear to joy. Your brain will get more blood flow. You can actually grow so many new brain neurons that can improve your memory. You'll have more energy and need less sleep. Your skin gets more blood flow, so you don't age as quickly. Your sexual organs get more blood flow, so your sexual function is likely to improve. In the same way that drugs like Viagra do, but without the costs and the side effects.
Damn, dude.
You can manage stress more effectively and accomplish even more without getting stressed or sick in the process. You'll feel...
Ornish saved me that $12 a pill I was getting with Cialis and Viagra.
Yeah, right.
Continue.
Also, we're going to be talking about erections a little bit later with him.
That's great because I'm sorry I killed that vibe, but I love that. I love this video.
No,
I love Ornish's voice.
I know.
I can just see his curly hair.
And you'll find yourself having more opportunities to connect with your friends and family and loved ones. Your whole quality of life improves. I often ask people, why do you want to live longer? And they often reply, I want to live long enough to watch my kids grow up, to see them graduate, to dance at their wedding, to make a difference in the world. That's what our program allows you to do. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And for most people, these are choices worth making. Not just how long we live, but more importantly, how well we live.
Doggy.
So that's our intro here.
Dude, Ornish pulling on them heartstrings when he said dance at their wedding.
And he looks a bit teary on that one.
It's true, man. It's true.
Would you like to watch Willie B? Willie B undo heart disease or Santa undoing heart disease?
Let's close out with Santa like we do with the ear.
Okay.
Let's get that Willie B, dog.
All right.
Undo it with Ornish.
Well, June the 24th, I was having chest pains. I called my mom, I called my cousin, and I'd say after about 10 minutes, I'll call the ambulance, but they subsided. But my cousin came and got me, and I came to Elkhart General. About 20 minutes after that, I was taken in the back and hooked up to monitors, and coming to find out I had a mild heart attack.
Who are you?
Scared.
I had a heart attack. You're laughing at his ass.
I didn't really know the foods to eat. I really didn't know how much to
I
eat.
apologize for the host
Hold
of the show.
I might need to start this over. I'm sorry.
I'm laughing at you laughing.
I'm sorry.
Jeez. This guy's pulling his heart out for Ornish, and you're just... Dude had a heart attack. Like, can you imagine being how scary that is,
But he
dude?
has a bat in the cage.
Like, imagine just finishing a double cheeseburger and going...
No, Bug. He has a bat in the cage. Look in his nasty.
That's what you were laughing at. Okay, I'll laugh.
That means he has a booger. Okay, ready, go.
The main problem I was having was overeating.
I mean, boogers is the least of his
type
issues.
of foods. My doctor. I think he said it.
Black and white.
Look, it's like this.
Dr.
You gotta lose weight.
Dr. Phil.
You're not gonna make it
his
right back to
ass.
you again the rest of your life.
Okay, I want to listen to this guy's voice. Can you go back 10 seconds? I'm sorry. I don't want to. No more commenting.
Why did they shoot his ass though?
That was the main problem I was having was overeating and not eating the right type of foods. My doctor. I think he said it. Look, it's like this. Either you gotta lose weight or you're not gonna make it. You'll be right back to see me again the rest of your life. Well, my doctor was kind of hard, but he was right.
Pause it.
The vignette. The vignette, though. I can't.
Were you paused it too?
yet. Also, the camera like went up to his ass and like did a full shot.
I saw the ass.
He's strutting in those Nike Airs though.
You know, he's here to clear his name, comma, his ass. It's a big comma.
Okay, we can do this.
All right, yeah. The ace.
Know how to go about it until he told me about this program. So here I am. I started feeling the effects, I say, about the 4th week, because that's when we first really got the good weight and the good news of, wow, you're really losing weight. And when somebody walks up to you that knows you for years and look at you like, wow, you're getting thin, and it's time, okay, let's keep on doing this. That's motivation right there.
I love this.
Oh, wow, I can run a mile. No, that's just kidding. But no, I tell you, when I first came here, I barely made it up to the cardiac rehab. Now I can actually walk down and walk a little farther more than what I did. I would never accomplish that without the Ornish program. The 4 elements that we did was like the stress, the group therapy, the nutrition, and the workout, the physical therapy part. I would have never accomplished none of that if I had to do this by myself. When you think about workout, you think, okay, I'm going to do this, it's not going to work, I'm just going to sit here and waste my time. Lo and behold, once you started, and every time we came back the next day, you get farther and farther and farther. Like I did 8 minutes, all of a sudden I come back, I can do 10 minutes. The next time I come back, I can do 15 minutes. And that's a drastic change within 2 days. I would tell them about the program, don't hesitate. Try it, because it really do work. I know when you hear, oh man, we gotta change food, we gotta eat different stuff. If it's anything to do with your health, try it. The Ornish program for me, it was beautiful. I was scared at first and hesitant, because you hear all these people saying, oh, try this, oh, this works, this diet works. Well, this diet actually do works. I'm sitting here to little proof for you today. Y'all. If you are a heart patient like me and have cardiac disease, look at the Ornish program. It works.
It's been 5 years since this video.
I know. I wonder how Willie B is now.
Can you search Willie B. Ornish on Google? We're here to investigate. Can you go?
It's right here. It's on his website. Willie B. Oh, it's the same video.
So go back one page, and then go to tools, and then go duration, last year. Oh, anytime, last year, past year.
Oops.
Damn, that sucks. Past year. Okay, never mind. I hope Willie B is still with us. It's been 5 years since that video. No follow-up. So
go
buy Ornish's book, Undo It.
One of the two.
He's currently at the Taco Bell near our house.
In Van Nuys? Yeah, I love that.
All right.
Okay.
I think we need Santa to help us get out of this predicament.
Santa to round it out, my dude.
Yep.
My name is, as you could guess, I'm Santa Claus. And I went through the Dean Ornish program for reversing heart disease.
What?
Mrs. Claus was pushing me to get into that program because she knew I've been eating too many chocolate chip cookies.
Too many chocolate chip cookies,
dude, with Ornish at the helm of this, he's like, okay, I saw Vulfpeck do Christmas in LA. And he was a Jew taking advantage of the Christian audience. I'm a Jew. I need to take advantage of the Christian audience here. And what better way to do it with Santa? I love that. Parallels.
You have to hear though what he says about why Mrs. Claus made him come.
Was pushing me to get into that program because she knew I've been eating too many chocolate chip cookies. One of my head elf says, Santa, you got to do something. We don't want to lose you. The children don't want to lose you. So my goodness, When I heard it, one of the elves referred to me to this program, and
Elves.
I thought, I've got to do it. And I best do it now so I make it through the Christmas season.
The 3 art pieces behind them are very great. I love the panoramic view on the beach.
Yeah.
As an artist, what would you rate those 3 art pieces?
Why?
Let's do a live TCCP art gallery.
Challenging.
Beautiful. I love the 3 shots.
Make it through the Christmas.
Look at that. Now I like that because they add them together. It's like an Instagram multi thing.
I like it too, but I hate how tiny they are, and I wish that they were on the wall instead of on this tiny little cheap.
Okay, we got some, Art Institute of Chicago, BS going on here. I went to a state school in the basement.
This is so sad, though. He was like, I have to make it through the Christmas season. Like, listen.
So I make it through the Christmas season.
If I make it.
Wait, one more time.
His look right there.
One more time.
Do it now so I make it through the Christmas season.
I gotta say, you did a great Tim Conway Jr. replay.
Wait, one more time.
Now, so I make it through the Christmas season. The most challenging for me, since I love those chocolate chip cookies, was the diet. But after a few weeks on the program,
he's so obviously reading a
diet,
prompter. It's hilarious.
Kind of fell into place. You got a routine going at home.
Okay, pause it. So, was this an actor or was this a fat guy who had a white beard that they were like, you could play Santa?
I'd love to tell you.
And they
but
went
there's
through.
no description.
Like, did he actually go through the Ornish program and he just happened to look like Santa? And they were like, oh, opportunists. We want to take advantage of our Christian audience and we want to get you on screen as Santa.
I think it's probably an actor, but.
It's an actor. Okay.
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, I'm the one who went to film school, so.
I'm not Dean Ornish.
After some of those recipes.
I think it's an actor, too.
The hot chocolate had some soy milk in it. It was wonderful. My blood pressure has gone down. I don't have to take any medication anymore. When I chase those reindeers around the pen, my knees feel better. I can see things better. It's just, I've had more energy. I just feel better all around. Mrs. Claus and the elves have all seen the benefits that I've gotten through this program. That Mrs. Claus, about halfway through, she started following the program herself. And when she looked in the mirror, she started giggling. She was so pleased. I am.
I thought this was going to be fun. But it's a minute too long.
I know. It should have stopped after about.
Yeah,
here.
It should have been Ornish Lifestyle Medicine.
Yeah,
Thank you, Santa.
Yeah. Let's see what his last words.
It's boomers who love long videos. I don't get them long videos, dude. They want to sit down for like a half-hour fucking docket.
Let's hear what his last words
at a time.
I am jolly and I am undoing it.
I love it.
That's got to be like I got to sample that. I got to sample that for some MC Lynchman. I'm jolly and I'm undoing it.
I love it. So we do have an Instagram poll here. It's pretty.
Did I see Obama?
You did. It's a star-studded poll.
You just went through Obama?
No. Get ready for this.
And now, I see Oprah?
Now, Ornish and Oprah have a long-seated history here. They have done a lot of stuff together. He often promotes his books with her on her YouTube channel and through her programs and stuff like that. I'm not going to show it because obviously
this 31-year-old mom thought
I do want to just show.
It's just Dr. Phil.
Him back
in
in the day.
Oh my gosh.
This is him back in the day on Oprah in.
It looks identical.
I don't know what year this would have been, but probably the 80s, 90s. He was on Oprah here. So they've known each other for a long time. Look at them here. So I thought that was interesting. And they're still working together today. This is her recent YouTube channel and her recent video with him when he released his new book here. And his wife came on as well. This is for the Undo It program, which we just watched those.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Mr. Obama and Dr. Dean Ornish. Bill Clinton and Deepak Chopra. Love that.
Chopes?
Shopes. Clint Eastwood.
Oh my God. He goes with Dems. He goes with reps.
Yeah.
He goes with everybody, dude.
We have another one with Bill Clinton and Barbara Streisand.
Wow. Wait, hey, you see the photobomb? Like
do.
Jefferson in the background? Is that
Yeah.
like Jefferson? Sorry for all the history buffs out there. I don't know who that is.
Bono.
Bono could. Is that fucking Pelosi?
I don't know. Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
She doesn't look good these days. She looked better back then.
Dude. She's not going to rip up that speech. Am I right?
2012.
2012. Wow, she's aged a lot in 8 years.
We have
Oh, dope, dude.
Secret Service agent Dr. Dean Ornish
That's
at
right.
the White House.
That's right, dude.
And I want to explain why him and Bill Clinton have this such amazing relationship here. Why they have these photos together. This is at 38.
Oh.
I was lucky I didn't die of a heart attack.
Former President Clinton, like too many people, was busy. And for years, he ignored warning signs from his heart. But in 2004, during an exhausting book tour, there was something different.
I had a real tightness in my chest when I was getting off the airplane, and it was the only time I'd had it unrelated to exercise.
We're here outside New York Presbyterian Hospital. In just a couple of hours, President Bill Clinton, former president, is scheduled to undergo surgery.
So I immediately went down to our local hospital, and they did a test. They said, you got real problems. They hustled me down to Columbia Presbyterian, and they confirmed the determination that I had serious blockage and needed the surgery.
The doctors immediately knew options were limited.
Imagine operating on a
50-year-old Clinton
president.
needed to have his chest opened, his heart stopped, and surgery performed.
There's no medical treatment for reversing the obstructions that have already formed in his blood vessels.
I got Hillary and Chelsea there, and all I remember is it was happening fast, and everybody who cared about me was scared, and I felt rather serene. I thought, gosh, we dodged a bullet. I didn't have a heart attack.
On Labor Day
Damn, dude.
in 2004, Mr. Clinton had 4 blood vessels bypassed.
Starting this morning around 8 o'clock,
I'm
he
going
had
to
a
skip to...
point. So
You
I
just
think
flip
right
the
now
switch
everything
off.
looks straightforward.
Right there on the dial. The switch.
There was that period
Towards you,
when
that
you're
switch on the dial.
just
What switch? This?
Yeah.
Off?
Yeah.
Oh. Dead.
Hmm.
Where is this?
Sorry, y'all.
As can go along, but even when he's young or old.
All right. All right, ready?
Time to find out what fate has to offer me. And a controversial diet. This 66-year-old woman says she's eating her way to heart health.
We're never going to end the epidemic with stents, with bypasses, with the drugs, because none of it is treating causation of the illness.
Spend just a few moments with Bill Clinton, and you'll see he's a changed man. For starters, he's a lot thinner than he was as president. When his half-hearted exercise routine
really out of shape, though.
and his taste for fast food became the stuff of parody.
Your McNugget is released from Great Britain to Somalia, intercepted by warlords.
Trump, dog.
Dr. Dean Ornish has studied and written about
here
diet
it
and heart
comes.
disease for decades.
Mrs. Clinton asked me if I would work with the chefs who cook for the first family, and then began working with President Clinton directly as one of his consulting physicians. The president did like unhealthy foods, and we were able to put soy burgers in the White House, for example, and to have him get foods that were delicious and nutritious.
But even with Dr. Ornish's help, In 1999, after his annual physical, the White House doctor said the president had put on 18 pounds since a checkup just 2 years earlier.
That's the problem. It all looks good.
While diet and exercise can go a long
Everybody
way,
ever.
most doctors will tell you to get to the last heart attack in America, there is more.
It's rather public knowledge that he was going through some rather stressful times during that time. And it just goes to show you that information alone is not sufficient. We need to work at a deeper level. We need to work with the underlying stresses that people are experiencing, the loneliness, the isolation in many cases that people are experiencing.
Damn, dude.
And then yeah, this is kind of just a glimmer into why they have this relationship and these Instagram photos together.
Dude, talk about...
He basically, I've watched this whole interview, and basically Clinton says that Ornish saved his life with his medicine and helping come to the White House and cook these meals. And I guess Hillary Clinton asked him to come be their chef there and like try to help save his life and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
crazy,
great.
Huh?
And to be the president's physician.
I know.
Dude, your confidence must be incredible. You're like, like I have one client and it's the president.
Yeah.
And maybe his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one more thing before we leave today, and it's a funny clip to end this out here.
Let's do it, girl. Oh my God, harder erections. I'm for
The
it.
thing that I want to mention before we run out of time is how dynamic these mechanisms are, how quickly you feel better when you make these changes. It's not about fear of dying, it's about joy of living.
Yeah.
And there's a new film that called that James Cameron did to show the power of a plant-based diet. And there's this one great scene where he has these three elite athletes, guys in their mid-20s. And guys have erections at night. It's a normal function.
Okay.
And so they gave them a meat-based meal, a single meal. It was organic chicken, grass-fed beef, high-quality meat. And then they measured the frequency and duration and hardness of their erections at night.
Right.
They did it the next night. This is, guys, a month after all. And then they gave them a single plant-based meal, and they found they had 300 to 500% more frequent and 10 to 15% harder erections. Apparently, the film.
That's fantastic.
Men's health, dog. Ellen don't care about men's health, dog.
I know, right?
Dude. Yeah, just because you lesbian doesn't mean you don't care about the other fucking half of the fucking
So I thought
percentage of people.
I thought that was educational, interesting, and funny
Quite.
at the same time.
No, I think that's great. I love that.
Yep.
But wow, we learned a lot.
We learned a lot today.
We learned that we're kind of trash, but fully trash.
Not fully. I mean, I think that I'm trying to make a transition, and I know
Same.
that soon
Yeah.
you're going to be joining me, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I definitely think that's it's a much needed thing, and I need to grow out of my childhood self.
We all do.
We all do.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great way to end it. So
Yeah. Thank you
All
guys
right,
so
y'all.
much for
We love
watching
you.
this week, and we'll see you next time.
Will my phone fit in here?
Oh? He's trying to put it inside of his mug. Okay.
It's in the mug handle.
Mug handle. Are you going to play us out?
Yeah, can you raise that ball, dude? Okay, let's see here.
He hasn't practiced. He never practiced. I'm just letting everyone know. Cody's son's gonna comment that was my favorite cover yet. That was really bad.
I actually really thought I would have done this well, but again.
Naito Iceman continues his studly ways. He sired a many dandy
It's really bad, Bo.
a wonderful big dog, a lovable guy. And I was made one of the pack, one of the island saints. When I fared quite well in a weight pull with Night, I plan to visit
I'm really sorry, dude.
to again romp with the saints. But that day on
Thank you guys so much for watching.
said farewell tonight with joy and grief.
I want to do that.
My heart is torn.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the Conscious Club podcast. This is the #1 podcast on Vulfpeck. Thank you for watching, and we will see you another time. Ornish, Fuhrman, the men behind the nutrition of Vulfpeck. Cooking with cats. Make some Marangella. And this is the TCCP. Y'all! We love y'all. How's that, Mike?
It's all gone. I sold it. I sold it all. It's all gone. Right.
You too. Hey everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee fi fo fum.